My sister, my husband, and my son and I all went on vacation. While we were there, my sister became ill. On December 17th, Robin had to call the ambulance to come and get her because she had become so ill. We went to the University Hospital in Salzburg, where she was admitted and put in their ICU unit. At 4 o'clock in the morning, we received a call at the hotel that she had been intubated and put into a coma and was fighting for her life. You're in a foreign country. We had just arrived to Salzburg that day. They told us that she wasn't going to make it through the night. And then on the morning of December 19th, I received a text from David Jones. I've heard about Robin. Let me know if I can be any help to you from near or afar. David guided us from a medical perspective. We were in a very bad emotional state watching Robin in this condition. She was hooked up to machines, non-communicative. And so David talked to the doctors, talked to the physicians, and said she's receiving the best care she can and she's in the best place that she can be. Dr. Jones coordinated with the physicians that were on staff at University Hospital to make sure that Robin had a VPAC machine, to make sure she had her oxygen, that the levels were going to be set that were appropriate for her care when she came back to the United States. She flew home, made out very well on the flight. Norfolk Airport is an hour from the Eastern Shore, so Dr. Jones coordinated all of this. When we got to Riverside, you've never seen such a homecoming. And I walked in and I said, I'm sorry that we're late. And the first thing that those nurses at Riverside said to me is, you don't need to worry, we were tracking your plane. They were ready because Dr. Jones coordinated that care for her.
When the nurse got there, he wasn't there 5 minutes, and he just looked at me, he's like, wow. And I go, that's how David Jones works. I said, every single day. I said, and that's how the community pulls together, and they make it happen with David's guidance. So he was floored, because without his care, I could not have made it to where I am today, and I'm just happy to be alive.
This tradition of high-quality physicians who worked here, we like to say that we could take care of 95% of whatever was wrong with people. It wasn't a typical country hospital. And David realized that and fit right in.
Dr. Jones was one of the first Shore physicians that I had the chance to work with. And man, when you start rich, everything is great from there.
He has stayed in that community and served when there were difficult decisions to be had. As a leader, he gets involved in decisions that affect colleagues and team members, and he has stayed to make sure that care was available to his patients and the community that he loves.
Dr. Jones was elected chairman of the board for RMG, I think in large part because of the way he works with his colleagues on the Eastern Shore. Dr. Jones recognized a long time ago that we're all taking care of the same patient, even though we may be different physicians or in different roles.
When you have the confidence of 1,000 providers, that's saying something.
Well, you know, when you're a kid and you were playing sports, you'd pick teams. David would be the guy you would pick first. You know, we go to doctors for warmth and competence, and David has that in abundance. He has a record of achievement that's really exceptional.
I think the fact that Dr. Jones was elected by his peers, you know, speaks to his clinical ability. I think it speaks to his personality, and I think it speaks to his commitment to Riverside.
Dr. Jones understands the value that every dollar that's given to the foundation to support clinical care, patient supplies, scholarships goes a long way, especially in a rural area. So his support for the foundation and how we can provide more care on the shore through it is really, really important.
There's a long history of philanthropy on the Eastern Shore, and Dr. Jones is an important example of that because of the giving and the caring of people on the Eastern Shore. So many things have been made available to the people of the Eastern Shore through the foundation.
Physicians, I think they want to recognize gratitude of those around them, and of course, philanthropy is a way for folks to demonstrate their gratitude for us and what we do. And David himself supporting, I think, the foundation in the way that he has graciously is, to me, an example of you always want to give to something that's exceptional and greater than oneself.
You think about the number of lives that he's impacted in that work, not just with the patients themselves, but their family members. Over the course of his career, he has saved likely uncounted numbers of lives, tens of thousands of lives that otherwise would have died. And he'd be the first to say he didn't do it alone.
He's the ultimate family guy. He was very devoted to all of his relatives who are scattered all over the East Coast. And David has 2 children, 2 daughters who are great. And he thinks the world of them. I think they think the world of him. Nothing beats being a grandfather. They're way better than children.
I also thank his wife because she sacrifices a lot of time. So hats off to Tracy and his girls, because there's been a lot of times that I'm sure David has had to ride up to the hospital and, on things when family things were going. So it takes a village to make anything happen.
Kind of a fun guy to work with because he really embodies who Riverside aspires to be, who the profession aspires to be.
David, thank you for being such an excellent partner and probably most importantly, a friend during a lot of challenges that we've had over the last few years.
It's my great pleasure to work with you every day. You are a great advisor to me, a great partner. I respect you so much.
David always distills things down to what appears to be the humanity of what we do. The empathy and compassion in terms of framing everything around that and the Riverside Care Difference, which is living our mission, vision, and values, which I believe David holds very close to his heart. And you see it in all of what he does. Thank you, David. Congratulations.